Let's see how this goes. Hey God, it's really amazing because I actually requested to do the closing prayer for Uncle Henry's anniversary. But God, now dude, I don't know what to say. I really do not know what to say anymore. Like, my mind has gone just completely blank. So God, this is what I'm gonna do. God, I'm just gonna pray out of my heart. And God, I'm terrified of doing that. Not because I'm afraid of people talking about me, or people trying to nitpick this prayer or whatever. But God, I'm scared of doing this. Because God, I don't want the prayer to get lost. Because God, there are people who are going to try to make sure that that's what happens. But God, the thing is, I requested to do the closing prayer for one main reason. And God, in all honesty, dude, I requested it because God, I don't know where you're leading me to in these next chapters of my life. And God, I don't think it's where I thought I would be my whole life. It's not around the people who I thought I'd be surrounded by my whole life. And God, because there's just a lot of uncertainty in my life right now, God, I just really wanted to make sure that I really did have the opportunity to do something for a man who I just love my whole heart. A man who really became a father to me during a time I didn't know what a father's love was anymore. A man who has helped me move into college, attended every basketball game, attended every football game, attended every graduation, rode up and down the road from church to church, to state. God, just simply a man that I would just never I just never want to live my life without. God, that man is Uncle Henry. And God, I feel bad because God, I had a prayer that was ready to go, I was ready to record it, sit down and do the thing. But God, just sitting here now, dude, I just don't know what to pray for anymore. Because God, how do you pray when nothing is the same anymore? The last time we got Lifeline, God, I think that was Uncle Henry's birthday. That was back in March. Now we're in November. And we're really at a point now in the world where we are really risking our life if we even try to go to church. Because right now, God, you have the whole world on standby. God, how do you do the same kind of prayer? And there's nobody in the back shouting, go ahead now, nothing like that, Or you ain't got nobody to the left of you trying to hype you up or anything like that. Because God, you came and you changed everything. And God, I realize now that the prayer that I had was the exact same kind of prayer that I would pray if we were at church. A politically correct prayer, if you will. A prayer that would please everybody, A prayer that would satisfy everybody. And God, I'm not saying that's a bad thing because it's not. But God, I just don't think that that's about to happen here. At least not anymore. Because God, you're giving dreamers new dreams, right? You're giving visionaries new visions. And God, I just don't think that we can keep doing what satisfies everybody anymore. And God, me personally, dude, I don't think I want to do that anymore either. Because God, how can you have a really effective life, right? A life like Uncle Henry, if we're just satisfied in our comfort zone. If we're too busy trying to be liked by everybody. This is fun. So God, while I still do want you to bless Uncle Henry, while I still want you to protect him, heal him, deliver him, love on him like never before, God, I don't want this prayer to be necessarily just about that. So God, I'm not asking you to just bless Uncle Henry. I'm not asking you to bless Uncle Henry so he can bless us. But God, I pray that you bless us, the people around Uncle Henry, to start becoming the product that Uncle Henry has created us to be. And God, I am praying this prayer from the bottom of my heart. Because God, I really do not believe that I am the only person in this season who you are speaking to, who you really are changing during these unprecedented times. Because God, I believe you are speaking to all of us. But God, I just believe that we just keep ignoring you because we don't want to leave that comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? God, we already made plans for our future and we don't want you coming in and interrupting anything. But God, when you look at the life of Uncle Henry, you see a man who has literally surrendered everything to you, his entire life to you, his entire teaching career to you. And for real, just to dive into that, a career that he went to college for. I think when he took the time to study, educate, pay money for classes, God, something he spent his entire life doing just to accept the call that you had for him, to be a pastor. And God, that is such an incredible, but yet such a freaking scary thing, dude. Because when he would talk about it or whatnot, it seems like school was going very well for himself, Because I think he actually became a principal. Because the principal at my elementary school knew me because he knew Uncle Henry. And he used to work under Uncle Henry. His name was Mr. Bendel, I believe. He was a good dude, but he was a weird dude at the same time. But I'm weird too, so I can't really I can't say much about anybody. But God, the point is, he made a name for himself, achieved his goals at a much faster rate than other people in the school system, and left an incredible impression on people. But God, here's the thing about all that, man. He gave all of that up, not even to the point where he could retire, because God, you called him to do something else. And God, as painful as that had to been, to let something go that you worked your entire life for, to change your entire life plans, because God was leading you somewhere else. And God, as lonely as that had to be, God, he still said yes to you, and became the pastor of Morning Star Holiness Church. and church now called Lifeline Christian Center. But God, as impressive as 24 years is of being a pastor, God, that's not even what I want to focus on in this prayer. And God, I'm not doing this to be out of order or anything, but God, I just really want to focus on his heart. The very thing that cried out yes to you, even when he probably didn't even want to. God, I want to talk about the person, Henry Devon Hetzberg. Because God, people all over the world right now are tuning in to this anniversary their own kind of way. Not necessarily for just him being a pastor, but just simply because of the life that he lives. Because God, people really do not know how many people know Uncle Henry. They don't know how many people are blessed by him, who admire him. God, he is planting seeds all across the world. And God, I'm one of them as well. God, personally for me, man, God, I'm not gonna lie, man. God, I'm a little scared. And God, I'm scared because that seed that he planted in me years ago, God, I really feel it growing inside of me. And I'm really at the point now in my life where I'm not a seed anymore, but God, I'm not a flower either. Like, God, I'm no longer a caterpillar, but God, I'm not yet quite a butterfly either. God, I'm in that ugly stage. The stage that is dark, it's lonely. It hurts because you're trying to push your way through the soil just to see the light of day. And you're doing all that even though you don't even know where you're going to end up anymore. And God, I promise that I'm not here to make anything about me. I promise that I do have a point to all this. But God, there have been some times in my life where I've had to let go of a lot of things, even though I didn't want to. But God, I'll never forget it was years ago. It was actually during that time where I didn't know what a father's love looked like anymore. Probably around the year 2007, so about 13 years ago. God, it was during that time where I saw the life that Uncle Henry lived. I saw how many times he did not want to give up on me, even though there were a lot of times I wanted to give up on myself. I saw the sacrifices he had to make, but still put a smile on his face like there was nothing bad going on in the world. And God, it was during that time where that seed was planted in me. Because God, I remember that I prayed that if I could be a third of the person that Uncle Henry was and that my mom was, then God, I knew that I could change the world. And God, I don't know when it was for other people when Uncle Henry planted that seed in them, but God, I just know that that was the time for me. And God, I feel that seed starting to grow now, man, but like, it's not growing where I thought it was gonna grow anymore. God, the other seeds that I was around, God, I don't see them anymore, you know? And God, I'm anxious because I don't know where I'm gonna sprout up anymore. And God, here's the thing, I keep saying I and me because this is my own personal journey, right? Like, this is my story. But God, I am really praying this prayer because I know that there are people out there who are hearing what you have to say, but they are not listening to what you have to say. And they're doing that because, God, it does hurt, you know? God, it is gonna get lonely. You're gonna be sad a lot of times. You will have to go through some things that you don't want to go through. You're gonna have to put some things on pause that you're not gonna want to put on pause. You're gonna have to let go of a lot of things that you don't want to let go of. And you might even end up hurting the people closest to you. You know, the people that you never wanted to hurt in your life. God, you are coming in and you are changing everything when we already made sure that we had our life planned out a certain way. But God, I don't think we're living in times anymore to be comfortable, you know? Because God, literally, if you think about it, Uncle Henry has poured way too much into us. He's sown way too many seeds to not start becoming the product that he has prepared us to be. And God, it's getting to the point now where it's really time where we start standing on our own 2 feet. Stop holding them up after every sermon. Stop complaining when we're not even offering anything in return. Stop asking what he can do for us and not what we can do for him. Because God, the saddest lesson that I ever learned in life was that we live in a world where you see, like, everybody loves to eat, nobody loves to go out and hunt. You know what I mean? Like, everybody loves to complain, but they don't love to bring anything to the table. And God, I don't want to be that greedy person. I don't want to be that greedy person that keeps asking for more and more and more when there are people in this world who need more food than I do. God, I want to get to the point where I can provide for people, where I can be able to reach out and change the world for the better, just like Uncle Henry does. But then, like, even in the times where I need a little advice, I need somebody to pray with me, I can know that he is always there to get me back on track so that I can be able to keep becoming that product that he has made me to be. And God, I am not trying to come across as rebellious or anything like that, but God, I just know that God, we're living in times that are changing, man. Like, people are dying quicker. There are souls suffering more and more every day. There are people who are losing their faith quicker and quicker. And God, by now, it really is time for most of us to really start to become that product that Uncle Henry has made us to be. Not for our own selfish doing, but so that we can really reach out to a world that is in desperately need of you. But God, too many people want to be comfortable. Like, too many people want to be liked by other people. And God, I hate it because I used to be like that. But God, I'm not here to be that person no more. God, I'm here to be effective. God, I said a lot of stuff. I don't even remember what I said. So God, I just want to end this prayer by saying this. For the ones who hear God speaking to them right now, who feel that seed that Uncle Henry put in them starting to like coming to fruition, but feel like people aren't going to like them anymore, that fear that people won't like the decisions that you have to make or the things that you have to say, I'm really just here to let you know that every little thing is going to be okay. It is going to get lonely. It's going to hurt a lot. It's going to get dark. It's going to get difficult. And there are going to be a lot of times where you really start to doubt the decision when you say yes to him. But please trust me when I tell you that it is all going to be okay. Because you will draw so close to God, so close to the point where he won't have to yell at you anymore to get your attention. Those drastic things in your life aren't going to keep happening because you're way over there and he's way over here. But you're going to draw so close to him to the point where all he has to do is whisper. And you can hear him whisper into your ear that every little thing is going to be okay. So God, I pray that we will start becoming the products that Uncle Henry has helped create us to be. And God, for the ones who are ready for this difficult but beautiful journey, who are willing to be in that stage where you're no longer a caterpillar, but you're not yet quite a butterfly either, where you're no longer a seed, but you're not yet quite that beautiful rose either, who are ready to finally be the product that Uncle Henry has created us to be. God bless them, God keep them safe and sound, God love on them like never before, and God, no matter where it leads them, no matter where it takes them, no matter if they have to leave their home, if they gotta leave their church, no matter if they have to leave that comfort zone, God, let them be able to go out and change the world just like Uncle Henry has done. God, I pray that this prayer doesn't get lost in the lips of the gossipers, nor the ones who just like are stuck on tradition. But God, let it spread throughout the entire world, man. That God, you are coming back again. And God, starting right now, man, you're gonna make everything new again. Happy anniversary, Uncle Henry. Thank you for these 24 years of being a pastor. But most importantly, just really thank you for just simply being you. My biggest regret in life is knowing that I can't ever show you all the love that I really do have for you. Nor do I ever really fully believe that you will ever get the true love that you really do deserve in this lifetime. But I just pray at the very least, I just pray that we can make you proud. And prove that you didn't waste your time believing in us, you know? But that we will be the product that you have intended us to be. And God, no matter what's going on in this world, continue to remind each and every day that every little thing is gonna be okay.